Hi, and welcome back to our next module. This module is all about design thinking, a systematic approach to creating better ideas and testing them early on. If you go back to our previous modules, you probably remember that the key to empirical process control is to create transparency, inspection, and adaptation. It's all about fast feedback loops. And design thinking allows us to do this early on in the creation process of an idea before we build the actual product. Design thinking consists of 5 steps: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Let's go through them one by one. Empathize is all about empathizing with our customers. So what we should do, instead of sending out surveys where customers theoretically write back to us or click certain boxes, we get out of the building, to use Steve Blank's words. We get out to talk to our customers so that we're also in the position to read between the lines. We get out to explore the world from our customer's perspective. We truly want to put ourselves into our customers' shoes. One of my favorite examples is when we worked with a German automotive company and had every engineer go out and spend a full day with customers, with truck drivers, before they came back and had such a good understanding and so many ideas on how to address customer problems. There are various tools you can use to do this very first step in a systematic manner. One of my favorite tools is the Empathy Map Canvas from Dave Gray. It consists of various questions that you need to ask yourself, and it's a great tool to walk you through empathizing in a very systematic approach. You will find the link to that tool at the bottom of this page. Another tool you can use, and that takes us actually to step number 2, is the Value Proposition Canvas from Strategizer. On the right-hand side of that canvas, we have the customer profile, which you can use, jobs to be done, pains and gains, to actually empathize with your customer. But you can also use that tool to define your customer, to create a shared understanding with regards to the customer or customers that you're going to serve. For this second step, for defining, you can also use tools like personas. So step 1 and step 2 are all about understanding your customers and creating a shared understanding within your team and with your most important stakeholders. Based on these 2 steps, you move into step number 3, which is all about ideating. Here we want to initially get as many ideas as possible. Some of those ideas might be completely out of the box, but that's okay. Our intention is to diverge first before we select a few ideas and basically merge back. Those ideas that we select, we don't move into implementation right away. Remember, this is all about fast feedback loops. And the fastest way to get feedback is to not build the whole product, but to actually build prototypes. So in step number 4, we try to build prototypes. We can use rapid prototyping as a technique. We can build paper prototypes. We can use all types of other things in order to build something that we can demonstrate to our customers and get their feedback based on that. And step number 5, part of prototyping is of course also testing. So we need to know before we get into this step, what do we actually want to test? Is it to what extent the customer likes the solution? Is it to what extent the customer would adopt the solution? Or any other question? We need to have clarity on those. If you look at these 5 steps, we can distinguish 2 different segments. The first segment in design thinking is all about the problem space. Empathize and define help us understand the problem better. The second segment is all about the solution space. Ideate, prototype, and test help us to come up with better solutions and frequently test them. Ultimately, design thinking helps us to get to so-called problem-solution fit. This does not mean that our product is going to succeed in the market, because in order to do that, we need other types of fit as well. We need to be able to build the product from a technical perspective, and of course, the product needs to make sense from a business model perspective as well. I hope that this brief introduction into design thinking helps you get more clarity on A, what design thinking is, and B, why design thinking is considered an empirical, hence agile approach to product development.